How can you heal your pain in 5 ways? 1. Through EFT, emotional freedom technique. 2. Through meditation. 3. Through Reiki. 4. Through therapy. And 5. Through journaling. During my healing journey, one of my first symptoms of discomfort and of being unbalanced emotionally was my excessive anger. When triggered by anything during my day, my bursts of anger were really irrational and not in proportion to what was really happening. Until I realized that my anger was pointing me toward my pain. Anger is a natural and valid emotion that reveals a need for change or boundaries. And I was in that moment of time in a total change of my life. I didn't want to change, and I was forcing it, and the change came to me because everything that happened was external and outside of me. At least this is what I thought at that moment. And then my boundaries were all broken. My and everything was really a lot. And probably you can relate with this situation. And now I know that uncontrolled or excessive anger can lead to destructive behavior and harm to oneself and others. And I knew that even then. So, in order to heal my pain, which 3 years ago was for me a resurfacing of my avoided abandonment wound caused in my childhood and a childhood trauma I had taken with me for nearly 39 years with repeated patterns, repeated behaviors, and repeated signs of it, and never treating it. Now, in this moment in time, I was like forced by the circumstances or, yeah, by the circumstances to face it finally. Because I believe that for each and every one of us, lessons not learned are doomed to be repeated. And this is a benevolent way of us understanding those patterns, those behaviors, and those lessons in order to evolve and grow. So, in my holistic healing approach of pain, I started with learning about emotional freedom techniques or tapping, which is a powerful therapeutic tool that combines elements of cognitive therapy and acupressure. So, it can be a valuable method for integrating your shadow self and facilitating deep emotional healing. You have to identify the points of the EFT, and by tapping into these beautiful points on I'm going to demonstrate that you can feel the relief, and EFT helped me to relax my anxiety, which in that moment was always bigger and bigger because after every trigger and emotional reaction I would go into anxiety and panic because I was just inside of my mind and outside of my mind, feeling uncontrolled and unbalanced. Now, let's do a little bit of tapping. In order to relax my anxiety, I used to focus on a fear, a worry, an unresolved problem, and to maintain the mental focus on that. It was really easy for me because I used to have very intrusive thoughts, negative thoughts, and overthinking in that period of time. But focusing on one aspect of it, of the emotion or of the fear, help used to help me to give it a point from 0 to 10 or the scale of the intensity of the feeling, and after the procedure to see how my anxiety was going. Now, uh, first of all, you have to set up a statement, and as for example, even though I have this fear of getting abandoned, I completely love and accept myself. After you've decided this statement or a mantra or another phrase that can be effective for you, you have to tap 5 to 7 times on the 9 meridian points of the body. Like this. Uh, 5 to 7 times at your hand, then at your head, at the third eye, your eyebrows, side of the eyes, under the nose, the cheekbone, the chin, the collarbone, and under the arms. After repeating this for from 5 to 7 times, you will reach a sense of calmness. And at the end of it, you can end it by uh, chopping again at your hand and saying, although I have this fear of getting abandoned, I love and respect myself. And this is really, really empowering. Then I moved into mindfulness and meditation mindfulness, which helped me to re-enter into my body, to re-enter my awareness into my body, and to learn to remain still, listening to my overthinking thoughts. Then I learned about energy. Everything is energy. We are made of energy. And by there, I opened myself to the beautiful way of healing therapy of Reiki. And by this, I have this beautiful friend of mine, Kisera. She lives in Indonesia, and she did me in that period of time a very beautiful session, Reiki session, which helped me a lot. And I remember that after this intense, beautiful session, which lasted like 60 minutes, with all the meditation and the Reiki. And I went to have a coffee with a friend, and I felt like I felt attacked by her in that moment. And for the first time in my life, I stopped the conversation and I clearly stated to the other person, that my friend, that I am feeling not okay in this moment by your words. And that was something that would have never happened to me, to clearly state my feeling of overwhelming, of not being okay with something that the other person had said. Instead, years before, even a year before, I would have right out inside of me. I would have felt bad, not said anything to the friend, but hold it a grudge during all the conversation, all the coffee time, and then when I would go at home and overthinking about everything that happened and never having the gut to discuss it. And after this beautiful thing of Reiki, I went on and on. And then I started even therapy, and my therapist walked me toward other strategies to heal my mind and to certificate me that I wasn't going crazy. It was just a healing process that was going on, and it was just an awakening process that was going on with me. And so there, everything that I was perceiving as threatening to my life, and I was the first person who was threatening to my life in that moment, because I wanted that and I didn't want that, and I was having a very difficult moment. All of this helped me to heal, helped me to be more observing of my day to day and less judgment. And by starting to focus on lowering my judging opinions about everything that was happening around me, everything that was happening inside of me, and everything that was not happening to me or for me that has had nothing to do with me. By becoming less judgment, I started to find again my beautiful skill of listening, being present, being in my body, being in my mind, and being in alignment through my heart, my body, and my mind. And this is just another step of my healing journey. If you like it, if it inspired you, if you would like to share your healing journey with me or in my channel or in any way possible, please follow me for more content and stick around. Thank you.